Good morning, please. Good morning, Laurie. I'm here, Marcella Masca, with Frisco.
Thank you very much.
And here for today, Belize's for the 4th anniversary of independence is at the Battlefield Park.
Guess what? The sun is out.
The sun is hot. It's hot. My face was pouring this morning, but people don't want to hear that. We're grateful that there's no rain right about now, and we can have a very good Independence Day ceremony, the official one, that, as far as I am aware, someone would have to correct me on that one, but it's the first time we're holding it away from Independence Hill in Belmopan. We just the Ernestine passed by the way. Matters.
Right.
You know what? The last time I covered Independence Day ceremonies, I said that I would not speak about people's wear because I always get it wrong. Colors and the style and all of that. So I'm not doing it today, but she's wearing black with silver decoration. All right, so it's the first time, as far as I'm aware, that it's being held away from Belmopan, Independence Hill. That's where the first on September 21, 1981, to bring in the day.
Was there any reason or rationale why the change?
So as far as I've been told, it's because the upgrades, the renovation works at National Assembly Building have not been completed as yet. Those were scheduled to be completed by September because that's when the Parliament is coming off recess as well. But it seems that they're delayed and the works are scheduled to be completed now by December. I imagine that they would have wanted to have them done by now so that we could have had the ceremony there. But this is good for me. I like Belize City, and actually out here, out here deck out here look really pretty. It's notable that there are not a lot of people out here today, apart from those the dignitaries and the officials from government who usually come and participate and attend the ceremony. But hey, if you're near and around, you should come. You should partake in these festivities. Throughout September, it's going to be the very last day that we are celebrating for our 4th anniversary of independence.
Right, so up to today, all the shenanigans are over with. Say hi and bye to September. I've noticed, everybody, people kind of confused as to what's happening today, what's not happening today.
Oh, my.
Some people were confused of where the ceremony would be. Some people thought it would be Memorial Park. That was last night for the flag raising ceremony. Of course, that went through. It was a little rain, but they had
there?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay.
In spirit.
Is it in Frisco? Come on.
No, I was there.
Spirit?
Yes. I was in spirit, but I was covering it, and, there was a fireworks. It was a bit delayed, but there was.
Hey, fireworks. Oh, my. I completely forgot about fireworks since December. And then all of a sudden, I was like, Frisco all over. They were not that loud in my area, but I imagine around this area is where everything was happening. But there was a lot.
Okay.
Exactly at midday, at midnight, those started, right? But, we want to thank all our sponsors who are making this broadcast on Prem FM and XTV possible. And we begin with our official broadcast sponsors. We have Benny's Home Center, Oceana, the Government of Belize Press Office, Central Bank of Belize. Then we go to our part broadcast sponsors, Brothers Habet, Freetown Drugstore, Enrique Martinez and Sons, Builders Hardware, the Social Security Board, CG United, Belize Medical Associates. Yes, we're thankful.
Good luck with that.
We're thankful.
That's got you out there already.
Hey, I'm organized, Frisco, so I'll be good. Contributing broadcast sponsors, James Busline, all the way from the south. Quick Home Real Estate, Jaime Price Filing, Marie Sharp Fine Foods. Hey, the south represented good today.
Yes.
Rosado's Hardware, Mahogany Supermarket. Yay. Yes, thank you. And out west, Calpech Village Resort. And Carlos Diaz, private bathroom right near to us, Frisco. So I was hearing, I can't remember, it may have been Mr. Nouri who said it or someone who called in on the Wake Up Belize Morning Vibe show, Sam Hokas from Radio and XTV. They were talking about in the old days, you used to celebrate with like cake and lemonade.
Really?
I mean, I remember that, but I'm a village gal, right? So I don't know.
Like Christmas to me. They get them holidays mixed up.
Maybe no. Maybe you have the elders who used to cut their cake. I mean, this is a huge thing. We're still a very young nation. A huge milestone for the country to become independent. So maybe they celebrated it big back then, and it was just not only participating in the festivities and so. I think that may be the result of us younger folk. Maybe, I don't know. I won't say I'm not giving it the importance they did, but they were the ones who actually lived through the moment itself in history when we were gaining our independence, right? So they have that historical memory and background, which we wouldn't have because we were unable to witness it. But I know, like, my father, who's from El Salvador, they love, like the average people, they love participating in all the festivities for nationhood. And I know me never like the uniform parade where you have to participate in after. I never used to like it, but my father, every single year he goes out, he just loves parades. And I think a lot of people do. We may be one of the few who don't even participating in it. I don't know.
That is a disconnect between those who fought the fight and we were just live through it now. So, but yeah, I think the ceremonies might be getting underway. Everybody who's a person and a dignitary is here. There's some live music going on. It's a different kind of setup, I must say, at the Memorial Park from what you're used to for Independence Day.
So let's share for those who may not be able to watch it on the television. So not the Supreme Court, the High Court building that faces Battlefield Park, they have the believe colors, the blue, red and blue, and the building white.
White and red.
So they have cloth, they've decorated all the stairs all the way up and the railing up top, so that looks really, really nice. And the podium has been set up facing Battlefield Park, right at the stairs. I think they're doing the arrivals at this time. Our mistress of ceremonies is Diane Mejia. She is the CEO in the Ministry of Education, and she's been doing the ceremonies or playing that role under the PUP administration. So very, very experienced at this. We have the BDS band marching on.
I see.
Yeah.
All right, so should we grab a quick break and try to come back?
Yes, so, well, I think let's do that, Mr. So we're going to take it back to the studios.
Let's do our official sponsors and then come back, Larry.
Prepare for the heat and stay cool with a Reamer Gree air conditioning unit. How to be a part of Benny's Homecation in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation Jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Bucks with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation Jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate Homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
In Belize, diversity is our strength. From the vibrant streets of Corozal to the serene beauty of Punta Gorda, and from the charming town of Benque to the breathtaking views of Half Moon Cay. We are a tapestry of cultures, traditions, and perspectives. But amidst our differences, there's one thing that unites us all, that defines the essence of Belizean identity. Our love for this land and sea we call home. Our Belize Barrier Reef is more than just a natural wonder. It's the lifeblood of our nation, the foundation of our culture, and the backbone of our economy. Every lobster caught, every conch harvested, every tourist enchanted. every investor satisfied, every proud homeowner, and every taxpayer. They all depend on the health and vitality of our marine environment.
I may be out on the water every day, but I know that my livelihood is tied to the health of the reef. We all depend on it.
As a tour guide, I get to share the beauty of a reef with visitors from around the world. But I want future generations of Belizeans to experience it too.
Fresh seafood is the heart of Belizean cuisine. I want to continue creating delicious dishes that celebrate our local flavors, sustainably sourced from our waters.
In Belize, we may come from different backgrounds, but we all share the same dream: a thriving marine environment capable of sustaining us all. Together, let's work toward that future. A future where we all thrive.
Our banknotes are changing, but why did we update them? The central bank continuously assesses the integrity of our banknotes to maintain quality and security. The old series of banknotes has been in circulation for more than the recommended lifespan, which is 7 to 10 years. The new banknotes integrate enhanced security measures to combat counterfeiting, making transactions safer for everyone, giving you the confidence that your money is safe and authentic. Our money should be as strong and secure as our economy, and the new banknotes reflect that commitment. New look, same value, more secure. Learn more at www.centralbank.org.bz. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
The upliftment program has helped a lot of our students because at the end of the day, our students used to have to pay tuition and they also have to bring $5 to $10 to school for meals. But now they do not have to pay tuition, and then they also get the free lunch.
The feeding program, which is the free snack and the free food, has given me the reinforcement and that energy that I needed to perform academically in school. It's helped me to save my own pocket money so I can buy other things outside of school. The free tuition has helped my mom greatly. It's relieved her of her financial burdens because a lot of money is paid into the tuition yearly. It's allowed us to benefit as a family. The money can go to something else. And the free uniforms, although only for the first formers, it's very beneficial to them because the school now looks uniformed and we all can come to school proudly and represent TCC. It has inspired me to work harder in school, to study harder, and to come to school every day.
I feel like it encourages us to learn more, it helps us physically and it helps us mentally, and it gives us structure as students. My mother does not work in the Toledo district, and I do not get the privilege every day to have a home cooked meal. So the one that the school provides, which I'm really grateful for, helps as a substitute for that. It helps us as students to focus more in school, helps us physically and helps us mentally, and it also encourages us to save our money that our parents give us.
The school already sets down like positive reinforcements to help us learn as students, to help us strive for more as students, and adding like additionally, like with the help of the government, adding stuff like these programs, these free lunches, these free snacks. It just carries us that extra mile.
Colville Young and is entitled Change. This piece embraces the strides that Belize has made in 44 years, and it personifies Belize moving forward. The BDF band's policy is published by the Ministry of Defense and Border Patrol in Belmopan. The band is administrated by Band Sergeant Major, Staff Sergeant Keith Pinnix, and Drum Major Gilbert Wade. The Director of Music is Major Kevin Campbell. And ladies and gentlemen, we now welcome the arrival of the Leader of the Opposition, the Honorable Tracy Panton.
All right. All right.
Now we have more music from the Belize Defense Force Band.
All right. So that is uneasy.
We're pleased to now greet the Chief Justice, Honorable Madam Justice Louise Blenman.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to give a round of applause for our band this morning and their beautiful music. Thank you so much. As we await our Prime Minister, the Honorable John Briceño. John Briceño.
Yes, the usual wonderful celebration music of independence that we've been regaled with.
Here he comes. We will now see the arrival of our Prime Minister, the Honorable John Briceño, and the band will play the Prime Minister's salute.
His Worship Bernard Wagner.
We recognize, ladies and gentlemen, the arrival of our Prime Minister and Special Envoy, Mrs. Rosanna Briceño.
Unfortunately, where they place the media, we don't have that very good visibility. And we've also had the arrival of the Honorable Chief Justice of Belize, Louise Blenman. We now have the arrival of Honorable John Briceño, Prime Minister of Belize, and then we're going to have the arrival
Prime
of
Minister of Belize, the Honorable John Briceño.
We have the inspection of the Guard of Honor that will be done by the Governor General.
All right, you're listening to Creme Radio, live from the Battersea Park in Belize City. Change of venue for the official Independence Day ceremonies. Once again, we want to send a shout out to our official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Belize Defense Force Band, and today is a celebration for us. I say to all of you again, Happy Independence Day. On this beautiful, sunny, proof that the weather is always unpredictable morning, we really appreciate your presence, whether you are here in person or you are joining us from the cool and the comfort of your homes. Good morning to you all. Thank you for being here. We will be able to enjoy one more selection probably from the BDF Defense, from the Belize Defense Force Band. round of applause for our beautiful live music this morning.
Bringing to you live the Independence. I'm going to try to read the official thing, but
Venice Home Center, Oceana, the government of Belize, first office.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, this 156th Army Band, proudly known as Louisiana's own, has a long and distinguished history dating back to 1937. Stationed in Bossier City, Louisiana, the band is under the command of Chief Warrant Officer 4, Wade A. Furness. The unit is comprised of several musical performance teams, including a marching band, a concert band, a brass ensemble, a woodwind ensemble, a rock band, and a jazz combo. Represented here today are 10 soldiers from the 156th Army Band and 3 soldiers from the 41st Army Band out of Mississippi. The 156th Army Band has performed extensively across the United States, as well as right here in Belize for the past several years. The 156th Army Band is honored to stand in partnership with the citizens of Belize, sharing the gift of music as a symbol of friendship and unity. Through our continued collaboration with the Belize Defense Force Band, this band is proud to strengthen the state partnership program and reaffirm the enduring commitment to the bonds between Louisiana and Belize. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us thank and congratulate the 156th Army Band on their presence and their wonderful music that they're sharing with us this morning. We are now awaiting the arrival of the Governor General of Belize, Her Excellency Dame Froila Salam, and I believe we have time for one more piece before she arrives.
I think they are probably being cognizant of the sentiment of the public on that matter, and probably that's the reason why the Prime Minister chose to raise it in his address. But for Belizeans as well, it's a Sunday, a day that at this time I think many people would be at church, but it's also Independence Day, so we're giving thanks and expressing our gratitude for that wherever Belizeans are, and if they're not doing that, they should be doing that because
I think there was a meeting set for, because there's always an issue with having the parade through the streets on a Sunday. It seems to be Sunday. Independence has happened on a Sunday quite a few times, but no need for that this year, because guess what? The uniform parade has been scrapped. And
no chance of that coming back because the weather is good, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah, they called it. Yep. Call it.
They called it yesterday, and that's it. So
yeah, that was an issue with.
Apologies for those who would have enjoyed.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people would have actually, but it's relaxation time for the students. So I think we're getting one final piece.
Yeah, from the band.
Musical interlude from the band, and then we're going to move along with the program. So again, to all Belizeans both at home and abroad, happy Independence Day to you, however it is that you celebrate that. I don't know about you, Frisco, but a long time for me, even though I'm working.
It is a mixed bag about, the cancellation of the parade and because, if it rains, then that's one story. And then when it doesn't, Mother Nature has a funny way of operating.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
I think it's erring on the side of caution. That's what it is. But hey, that's what it looks like for today. We're here at the Battlefield Park, and the sun is out. That's what it is. This is Creme Radio 96.5. You can also get us online with the Creme Radio Belize BHNI app. Feel free to download that and get Creme Radio live. So
It's Frisco and Marcel out here.
Right.
Courtesy our official broadcast sponsors, Benny's Home Center, Oceana in Belize, the Government of Belize Press Office, the Central Bank of Belize, and our part broadcast sponsors, Brothers Habet, Freetown Drugstore, Enrique Martinez and Sons, Builders Hardware, the Social Security Board, CG United, and the Belize Medical Associates. Okay. So they're coming down Regent Street. As we said, the setup is from everyone stands as the Governor General arrives. Our contributing broadcast sponsors are James Bus Line, Quick Home Real Estate, Jaime Price Filing, Marie Sharp Fine Foods. We have Rosado's Hardware, Mahogany Supermarket, Cajalpech Village Resort, and Carlos Diaz Private Bathrooms, Frisco. So
of course, I think we're also on XTV as well. So
I do wear my XTV shirt.
Oh yes, I noticed.
I think it's the first time since we've gotten them that I've and it's been questioned. I was like, but give me some small shirts the other time.
Very fortunate of you.
Very fortunate.
All right, let's take it to the podium, get the national anthem.
I believe the inspection, I'm not sure if are you seeing if the Governor General is on the days to do her to do her inspection of the guard at this moment? And for those who did not know, I just learned it too, that our Independence Day actually falls on the day of international peace.
Okay.
Yeah. No problem. People are standing. There you go. Yeah, so they have two big tents, the white ones, and then they have, Frisco, look. It's the Governor General. I like this outfit. She's wearing a white floral dress, really pretty, with red shoes. The back is out, the shoes.
And a blue hairpiece.
And yeah, that's navy blue, right?
Well, I don't good with colors.
So yeah, she did do the Belize colors.
That's right.
She's doing the Belize colors today. Really nice. I love it. I love this.
This is Creme Radio and XTV bringing to you live the official Independence Day ceremonies at the Battlefield Park in Belize City.
So, of course, for all the month of September thus far, we've seen parades, concerts.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
My favorite, the Always Queen of the Bay song, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be sorry for that. I'm sure other people feel the same way too. That's a classic.
What has been put off quite a few times is the Panyard.
Yeah, that's still left to happen.
I think they push it to October, from what I understand. October 3rd, right. So some people are saying,
history, right? Yeah,
based on all the activities in September, we might have to spread things out maybe earlier on in August,
starting
right?
from August.
Yeah,
But you know that because of the advocacy of the UBAD Educational Foundation, they have included August 1st
Emancipation
as part of the September celebrations event. So that's a good idea to begin from then and just continue through, right?
2 months.
Spread it out. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think people just accept that it's going to be a marathon of
Actually,
events.
from the third week in August, there's the King and Queen for Carnival. Then the following week there's the Queen of the Bay. So, and then the other week is Carnival. So it's it's every week.
Yeah, what's happening there, I think, is that the lead for the BDF Guard of Honor is accepting from the Governor General that all is in order and all is well. Frisco, once more, we want to thank our official broadcast sponsors who are making Creme Radio's and XTV's broadcast possible for today. Okay.
And there is a flyover.
Yo. One BDF helicopter, right?
It was a plane.
Oh, a plane.
Yeah.
That BDF plane?
That plane.
Look green.
Yeah.
All right. Venice Home Center, Oceana in Belize. We have the Government of Belize Press Office and the Central Bank of Belize. Our part broadcast sponsors are Brothers Habet, Freetown Drugstore, Enrique Martinez and Sons, Builders Hardware, the Social Security Board, CG United, and Belize Medical Associates. As our contributing sponsors, we have James Busline, Quick Home Real Estate, Jaime Price Piling, Marie Sharp Fine Foods, Rosado's Hardware, Mahogany Supermarket, Calpech Village Resort, and Carlos Diaz Private Bathrooms, as we bring to you live the official ceremony for Belize's 44th anniversary of independence from Battlefield Park in Belize City. The different bands that have regaled Belizeans with some beautiful pieces today, as is customary for our independence, are about to march off.
You know, there's always you have to keep reminding yourself and maybe others, especially like, you know, when we're on these shows, that we're 44. And we keep, you know, we try to compare ourselves to other countries that have a big jump on us, right? When it comes to development and things like that. But, you know, we still have to consider that we're just 44 and there is time to get things in order as we compare ourselves to other nations around us.
I think the lead opposition senator that would be Honorable Patrick Faber, put that into perspective this week in the Senate when he spoke about the Cabe subscription, that Belize wants to have voting rights in the Central American Bank for Economic Integration. And the point that he made was that we're like last in line.
Right.
And he's saying that all these other nations, that they have greater power and greater say, is how he phrased it. Not how he phrased it, how he put it.
That was his big point, that, you know, we would be blackballed if push come to shove. But that's his take.
Yeah, but it's left to be seen.
Right, we don't know if
and
at that level.
He specifically was pointing to Guatemala, and I don't know if people have discussed the point that he, which I was unaware of, that Guatemala would have objected to Belize's barrier reef coming off the UNESCO World Heritage of sites in danger, and that to me was a shock, because just as he rightfully said, that would be really petty.
Yeah, but then, for me, I'm like, but do we expect anything different? Right? All the comments that are made, everything that has been said by their officials, like, that's what we expect them to do.
It definitely shows that Guatemala's colors won't ever change. And I think for people, that raises the question of what's going to happen when ICJ gives its ruling, and if Belize wins at the ICJ and we are set to keep our entire territory intact. Some people are fearful of what's going to happen given Guatemala's history, and it's a question for right now as well for our government and how you interact with Guatemala and how you interrelate with Guatemala, because in relation to what's happening at the Sarstoon, they're saying, oh well, it's the elite, the military in Guatemala who are still calling the shots there. But then do you take stock of that reality as well and react accordingly?
Right.
If it is that you have a president who is whose strings are being pulled still, even though he doesn't want to, because he wants a departure from that, but if he can't have that departure, then that's your reality. How do you deal with that? Like, you have to accept that, right? And I don't believe that's happening, but
stick it to the podium for the prayer.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord, for the land we call of our independent nation, for its beauty, under the theme diversity and its rich heritage. Thank you for the rising forever. Thank you, Lord, for the land we call home, for its beauty, its diversity, and its rich heritage. Thank you for the freedoms we enjoy, freedom to speak, to worship, to dream, and to build a future. We give thanks for the people of our nation, those who serve, those who lead, and those who labor each day to to make our communities stronger. We are grateful for the unity we find in our shared hopes and aspirations, even in the midst of our differences. Thank you for the blessings of peace and opportunity. May we never take them for granted. Help us to be faithful stewards of your generosity, working together to build a society rooted in justice, compassion, and respect. Bless our leaders with wisdom. Bless our youth with vision. Bless our elders with peace. And bless each of us with the courage to do what is right, even when it is difficult, unpopular, and risky. We thank you, Lord, for your presence in our nation's journey. May we continue to walk in your light, guided by your truth and inspired by your love. Amen. And our national prayer. Almighty and eternal God, who through Jesus Christ has revealed your glory to all nations, please protect and preserve Belize, our beloved country. God of might, wisdom, and justice, please assist our Belizean government and people with your Holy Spirit of counsel and fortitude. Let the light of your divine wisdom direct their plans and endeavors, so that with your help we may attain our just objectives. With your guidance, may all our endeavors tend to peace, social justice, liberty, national happiness, the increase of industry, sobriety, and useful knowledge. We pray, O God of mercy, for all of us, that we may be blessed in the knowledge and sanctified in the observance of your most holy law, that we may be preserved in union and in that peace which the world itself cannot give. And after enjoying the blessings of this life, please admit us, dear Lord, to that eternal reward that you have prepared for those who love you. Amen.
Thank you, Bishop, for your prayer. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it would be possible for me to stand here with all of you all today. Well, you guys get to sit more often than I do, but to be here with you all today, if I didn't highlight to you the importance, the significance of our being here. We're here in Battlefield Park, in what is hallowed historical ground, if you will, for Belizeans this morning. This is a place of origin for us. It is a place where, over the years, our people gathered often for public meetings, for rallies, for parades. This is the place where the Father of the Nation so often delivered those speeches that are somehow still relevant today. There should be a picture on the screen in front of you that shows an image of one of those speeches being delivered so many years ago. If we could somehow look back in time, look back to 1950, 75 years ago, when the People's United Party was being formed, when we were first having conversations about self-government, when independence seemed like such a far-flung dream, we would see crowds gathered here, way more than are today actually. There was no live streaming then, but they're gathered here in this same place to hear the leaders of our nation address us. I now invite the mayor of our beloved city, His Worship Bernard Wagner, to give us the welcome address for this morning.
Be bringing to you live the ceremony, the official ceremony for Belize's 44th anniversary of independence.
Good morning, Belize. Good morning, Belize City. Good morning, Belize. Kindly allow me to acknowledge Her Excellency Dame Foila Salam, Governor General of Belize, Honorable John Briceño, Prime Minister of Belize, and Mrs. Rosana Briceño, Special Envoy for the Development of Families and Children, Honorable Madam Justice Louise Blenman, Chief Justice of Belize, Honorable Tracy Tager Panton, Leader of the Opposition, Bishop Philip Wright, our Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Curdell Hyde, and Honorable members of the House of Representatives, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, Chief Executive Officers, Deputy Mayor Eliud Miller and Belize City Councillors, members of the National Celebrations Commission, distinguished guests, my fellow Belizeans here at home, those watching virtually, and our Belizean family in the diaspora. It is with immense joy, humility, and true privilege that I welcome each of you on this historic Independence Day, with the official ceremonies being held back in the old capital and back on the very grounds where a defining chapter of our national story was written. You know, as I stand here this morning, I can vividly recall as a 10-year-old child accompanying my late mother right here in this same space to listen to our father of the nation, referred to back then as Premier George Price, as he spoke on matters of national interest. Today, Belize, we are back within the historic Battlefield Park, the heart of our downtown, the epicenter of our people's struggle for dignity, for self-rule, and for independence, the catalyst for our Belizean democracy and the nucleus of all things Belizean that we know and we love. The name Battlefield itself is a reminder of struggle, a reminder of sacrifice, and its location just across from the Supreme Court, the very Hall of Justice, reminds us that the fight for independence was not just political. It was also a cry for social justice, economic justice, and now, as a fledgling nation, we advocate for climate justice. Behind us, the Haulover Creek flows into the Caribbean Sea, connecting us to our past, connecting us to our ancestors who worked these waters, and to the wider world where Belize would take its rightful place as a free nation. And today, this park also bears a statue of the father of the nation, the Right Honorable George Price, a timeless reminder that the work of building Belize is never finished. He told us, and I quote, "We unite to build a nation. Most Belizeans want an independent and sovereign Belize. We are small. Future." End of quote. Today, 44 years on, that message still continues to guide us. This year, Belize turns 44 as an independent nation. 44 is an age of reflection. In life, it is a time when one looks back at what has been accomplished and asks, what more can I do? What legacy will I leave? For us as a nation, it is no different. Today, it is important that we reflect with pride on our successes and celebrate those successes. We can be encouraged, obviously, by our national progress, which has seen us conduct post-independence 10 consecutive free democratic national elections. We can also celebrate the rollout of our national health insurance, which continues to serve our people. We can, as a nation, celebrate the phased rollout of our free education initiative, which is intended to give our children a fighting chance for a brighter future. We can celebrate our land and our home distribution programs that continue to anchor families. And certainly, we can celebrate the strong performance of our tourism sector, which continues to be a pillar of our economy, fueled by new partnerships that expand opportunities, connect us more closely to the world, and create new pathways for growth. And we can celebrate the resilience of our economy, which sustains jobs and empowers households. These are no small feats for a young country and are concrete signs of a better tomorrow for our Belizeans. However, while we celebrate, we must also be honest about our challenges. At 44, we must confront poverty, we must confront inequality, and we must confront the global effects of climate change. Yes, it is okay to recognize that we still have some work to do in building safer communities, in improving our justice system, and in creating more opportunities for all Belizeans. And so, my friends, as we reflect, we must also look inward. If we are truly to be stronger together, rising forever, we must embrace values that uplift us, more love of humanity, more respect for one another, more empathy, more gratitude, and more community spirit. Above all, we must bring God closer in our daily lives, not only in prayer, but in the way we treat each other. In other words, in our words, our thoughts, and our deeds. My friends, the battles we face today are not the same as those fought in this park decades ago, but they are just as real. If the history of this sacred ground teaches us anything, it is that Belizeans endure, Belizeans flourish. And just as our forebears laid the foundation for freedom, today we build upon that legacy through the work of governance, innovation, and community spirit. I was delighted this past week to listen to our Prime Minister's State of the Nation's address, and was particularly drawn to this statement when he said, and I quote, "Securing our cities, towns, villages, and our borders is crucial to instilling confidence in citizens, visitors, and investors alike." End of quote. Honorable PM, we are right on track, because as a local leader, and I'm certain that when I speak for all local leaders here today, that when we strengthen local governance, when we create spaces for responsible entrepreneurship, and when we invest in services for our people, it ripples outward to the nation as a whole, proving that once cities and towns thrive, Belize thrives. From services to entrepreneurship, from sustainability to technology, Belize City continues to embrace change that drives progress. Our ongoing investment in infrastructure is strengthened by the government of Belize's plans for the replacement of both the Belcan Bridge and the historic Swing Bridge. Our smart city initiatives in traffic management, parking, and the modernization of local transportation through the introduction of e-buses and e-taxis demonstrate our commitment to services that are efficient, cleaner, greener, and designed to ease congestion. And with the planned rejuvenation of our historic downtown in partnership with the Belize Tourism Board, we will show how modern growth can move hand in hand with the preservation of our heritage. But perhaps the strongest engine of progress in our city remains our people. Our street vendors at our local market, selling fruits, vegetables from sunup to sundown. The family-owned shops all across the city that keep our traditions alive. The young men and women who are opening barbershops, salons, small restaurants, adding vibrancy and creativity to every corner of our city. These are the real stories of Belize City. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things, empowering our economy and proving that independence is lived out daily in hard work and resilience. And let us remember this. The future of Belize will not be written only in laws or in policies. It will be written in classrooms, on sports field, in our neighborhoods, and in the choices we all make each day. Even in the digital space, when we log on to social media, we have a choice to spread hate and negativity or to uplift and inspire and share knowledge. One path divides us, the other strengthens us. Which do you think make Belize stronger? Imagine a Belize where every citizen take pride in their environment, where service is second nature, where our unity makes us unstoppable. That Belize is within reach, and it begins with us today. So my friends, as we celebrate Belize at 44 here in the old capital, let us remember that our story is still being written, and each of us has a role to play in shaping a Belize that is modern, inclusive, resilient, and prosperous. As we gather here in the womb of our nation's story, let us not only celebrate our independence, but also recommit to its calling. Let us carry in our hearts the deeper promise of independence, unity, dignity, respect, and national pride. Once again, welcome to this most special occasion, Belize at 44, stronger together, rising forever. Happy Independence Day, Belize. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor. It's truly inspiring. My friends, I'm sharing now with you, should be on your screens, another historical photo. Another photo taken many years ago, right here in the heart of Belize City, with the father of the nation. The photo shows Premier George Price raising the flag, not just the flag of Belize, but also the flag of the United Nations. It is a reminder to us that his unwavering commitment to the quest for independence was demonstrated by constant movement. So much of what Mayor said just now refers to movement. We must work. This photo of this flag raising is a stark reminder for us that our relationships with partner countries stand on years of history. History is a verb, my friends. It reflects movement. It reflects work. Today, even as we continue to guard our sovereignty with pride, and we recognize our place in the family of nations, we remain grateful for all our friends who are here to celebrate number 44 with us today. Thank you all for being with us today. It's now my pleasure and an honor to invite the Leader of the Opposition, the Honorable Tracy Panton, to give to us an Independence Day address.
The ceremony was pushed back a couple hours.
Yes.
So
Honorable Tracy Panton has posted that the dress she is wearing today is in support of a young Belizean designer. That would be Julie Mango Designs. I think she's based in Ladyville, if I'm not mistaken, in that area, in the Belize district certainly, and It has beading around the neckline, red and blue, and the dress itself is white. Really nice, I'd say.
Her Excellency, Governor General. Her Excellency, the Governor General, Ms. Froilam Salam, and retired BDF Captain, Mr. Daniel Mendes. The Prime Minister of Belize, Honorable John Briceño, and our special envoy, Her Excellency, Rosanna Briceño. Madam Chief Justice of Belize, Her Ladyship, Ms. Louise Blenman. His Lordship, the Mayor of Belize City, Mr. Bernard Wagner. Bishop of our Anglican Diocese, Reverend Bishop Philip Wright. Distinguished members of the diplomatic and consular corps, especially those of you who have traveled from abroad. Esteemed colleagues of the House of Representatives and honorable members of the Senate, chief executive officers and heads of departments, members of our independent media, special invited guests, Belizeans all, both here at home and abroad, and our Belize City residents, especially those who are here from my Albert constituency. Good morning and happy Independence Day. God's goodness gave this land to us to honor and to love. We give thanks first to an ever-present and gracious God for blessing this land with love and with wealth untold. Today we mark 4 decades of Belize's independence. We take time to pay tribute to the enduring sacrifice and resolve of our foremothers and our forefathers, and the vision and service of our national heroes who carried us to this important milestone in our journey to nationhood. This year, we celebrate reflecting on the theme, Belize at 44, stronger together, rising forever. A timely reminder that as a people, our strength lies in our shared humanity, in our ability to unite for the common good. Together we can achieve a future defined not by the limitations we place on ourselves, but on the possibilities of our highest national ideals. How fitting that we gather on this momentous occasion at the historic Battlefield Park in downtown Belize City. It is not only the center point of Albert, but more importantly, a place that has long been the beating heart of our nation, a place where Belizeans have gathered for generations, as far back as 1638. Many converge on this very square to speak truth to power, to demand change, and to dream of something greater. It is here that the movement of Belize's political independence took root under the capable stewardship of the Right Honorable George Cadle Price, the father of our independent Belize. A man whose dedication and service to Belize has inspired those who have taken that solemn oath to conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of our abilities to do right by all manner of people without fear or favor, malice or ill will. The unshakable conviction to put country before self. It was also in this very square that the immortal words of the father of our democracy, the Honorable Philip Stanley Wilberforce Golson, were echoed, and I quote, "The time to save our country is before we lose it," end of quote. This rallying cry has for decades reverberated across the entire length and breadth of this special country, from as close as this fair city to as far as the old Sarstoon. Honorable Golson's words remind us that independence comes with a deep sense of duty, uncommon allegiance, and a functioning democracy. Belize's only two national heroes, the Right Honorable George Price and the Honorable Philip Golson, shared the dream of a Belize who could govern themselves with dignity, wisdom, and unmatched courage. They both understood that the pursuit of self-determination was not the end of the struggle. It marked the beginning of our collective responsibility, a duty of care to our citizens, guardianship of our territorial integrity, the protection of our tangible and intangible heritage. They understood that this is a sacred responsibility to share a Belize where we can achieve our highest aspirations, where our political discourse is best had when it is void of bipartisan rhetoric that adds no value or goodwill, for that matter, to the work of nation building, when our national priorities reflect the concerns and the real needs of the people. At 44, we have moved into our adult years. The ability as a nation to ask hard questions, to confront uncomfortable truths, to take accountability for who we are becoming and our place in the global community. Belize's story, which can be traced from the Maya grandeur to modern glory, has never been the work of one individual, one political ideology, or a single generation. It is a rich tapestry of people who came, people who defied great odds, and who persevered. On a day like today, we recall the heroism of those like Antonio Soberanes, who gave a voice to the labor movement, Lee Richardson, who kept the flame of nationalism burning, Madame Liz, who championed women empowerment and the right of women to own property, and Nurse Cleopatra White, who was deeply concerned about the health of our nation and about our unwavering commitment to our sense of community. Our Belize story is written and is being written by countless unsung heroes, grandmothers and mothers, the backbone of our families, who have cared for generations and nurtured communities from their naked bosoms. Grandfathers and fathers whose blood, sweat, and callous hands have tilled the soil and harvested the land. It is the story of those who believe that equal opportunity, social equity, gender parity, and economic prosperity are indeed attainable. Belize at 44 had survived more than we thought was humanly possible. An unprecedented pandemic that upended lives and livelihoods, natural and man-made disasters that have wreaked havoc on our ways of life, worldwide recession, cost of living spiraling out of control, and the shadow of challenges to our sovereignty. Adulthood means we have the certitude to stand firm. It means no longer accepting the easy answer of partisan politics and corruption and nepotism that have become hallmarks of recent administrations. It means maintaining a decorum of respect when civil society partners, the independent media, and members of the opposition ask the difficult questions and probe for answers that make sense. It means rejecting the notion that someone else will rescue us, when in truth, the job is ours to embrace. In our adult years, we have an obligation to engage our best minds, to reward based on merit and not political alignment, to create new industries that tap into the ambition and talent of the skilled and qualified, so they need not leave our shores to find opportunity. We have an obligation to meaningfully engage the next generation in designing the solutions we seek for food security, poverty alleviation, crime mitigation, equitable land distribution, Deputy Colonel Hyde, I hear my father's voice. He maintained that the land is the bank. We need to engage the next generation in innovation and technological advancement, climate resilience, and new growth industries that benefits the masses and not a select few. Yes, at 44, we need to address the dilemma we face of brother killing brother and the plight of single mothers left to raise children in gang-controlled communities. We need to be more decisive in addressing illegal incursions and more strategic in responding to the infiltration of criminal elements in our border towns. We have a right to equal representation, to due process, and to natural justice, the right to be heard, and the right to expedient judicial proceedings. We also have the right to develop relations with friendly nations who share our vision for strong, progressive, democratic societies. Let us not look the other way when the powers that be flirt with or hasten to adopt draconian measures that do not represent at the core who we are as a people. As a free and independent nation, we absolutely must join our voices against all acts of terrorism and genocide that threaten the very sanctity of human life. Hunger, fear, threats of war, and organized conflict must never be utilized as instruments for exploitation motivated by greed, self-interest, or a desire for unbridled power. When we make a stand for other nations, we stand up for ourselves and breathe life into our belief that the inalienable rights and fundamental freedoms are universal privileges that should be afforded to all of humanity. At 44, I dare Belizeans to dream bold dreams, the kinds of dreams that inspire hope and strengthen our national identity. Let us dream of a Belize that fully embraces her diversity. A Belize where we empower our young and provide for older persons who live on the margins. A Belize where mothers and fathers can raise their children together with access to shelter, quality health care, higher education, and decent work. Dreams of a Belize where athletes and artists and scientists are supported to excel on the world stage. A Belize where our productive sector can effectively compete and the export of Belizean-made goods and services can garner greater market share. A Belize where national pride trumps mediocrity, where our sovereignty is secure, and where criminal elements can be eliminated to give way to productive workforce in all economic sectors. Let us dream of a Belize where we honor our everyday heroes, our teachers, our public servants, our women and men in uniform, our health care providers, our frontline workers, and treat them with dignity, respect, and improved working conditions. A Belize where the occupational health and safety of our skilled labor is treated with the highest priority by our policy makers. As sisters and brothers in this land, let us walk with our heads held high, our shoulders square, our eyes fixed on the horizon. Let us press forward with grace and determination. Let us never cower to bullies whose unwanted aggression undermines our very patrimony. Let us dream of a Belize where an independent judiciary delivers justice that is timely, fair, impartial. A Belize that will uphold our constitutional obligations and hold our leaders, all leaders, including me, to the gold standard of good governance, integrity in office, and transparency. A standard where our regulatory framework ensures compliance. The institution of laws that protect our national interests and offers clear guidelines that will minimize the bureaucracy in doing business. Let us dream of a Belize where accountability will translate to greater credibility, where trust in our public institutions can be restored, and devotion to country serves as our northern star. Let us dream of a Belize, you and I, where the color of a young man's skin, where he lives, or his economic reality does not limit his potential or his standing in our society. A Belize where a young girl raised on the city's south side can shatter the glass ceiling, tear down barriers, can step confidently in rooms that were once closed to her, and make space for the 51% of our populations whose voices are often overlooked. Let us dream of a time in the not too distant future where this little Caribbean and Central American jewel of 8,867 square miles can punch above her weight and become a beacon of hope for many to emulate. Let us dream of a Belize that will band together in challenging times and celebrate together in times of prosperity. Let us dream of a Belize where stronger together means that no one is left behind, that rising forever is a promise we make to generations yet to come. A Belize that is always evolving, always building on the foundation of our ancestors. Always believing that we are who we say we are, and we can do what we say we will do. That we can become all we dare to dream. A Belize that is proud. A Belize that is free, where tyrants will not be allowed to linger and despots must flee. Let today continue to be a symbol of our people's strength, tenacity, and unwavering resolve as we move forward for better times to come. May God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit continue to protect us and keep us. May God use this little nation to express his Ummah, the sisterhood and brotherhood of our shared humanity. May he always and continually bless our beloved Belize. Happy birthday, Belize. Que viva Belize. Long live Belize. I thank you.
Thank you, Madam Leader of the Opposition. Ladies and gentlemen, how wonderful it is that sometimes we get to live our dreams. Right now, we get to hear a musical performance which is a tribute to our Belizean women. We recognize that for so many generations, Belizean women are the cornerstone in the practice, the preservation, and the passing on of our intangible cultural heritage. Right now, we are blessed with musical composer and arranger Alexander Evans as he leads these beautiful voices in paying homage to women. Women of the Umalali Garifuna Women's Project, Bella Carib, Tanya Carter, Nelita Castillo, Lila Vernon, and Ernestine Carballo. This performance you will now hear is being presented to us by the University of Belize Chorale, accompanied by the UB Ensemble, and it features soloists Kelsey Parham, Ariana Quiroz, and the Soca Queen of Belize, Ernestine Carballo. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome this tribute to women in music.
All right, this is Crumb Radio and XTV bringing to you the Independence Day official ceremonies at the Battlefield Park in Belize City.
Thank you. Far across the blue sea lies a land full of mystery. Feel the warmth of the shining sun, feel the cool of the breeze, hear the sound of the rolling waves calling to you and me. Welcome to Belize, land so sweet, paradise waiting for you. Welcome, one and all, the Caribbean Sea. Welcome to Belize. Welcome to Belize. Welcome to Belize.
Tierra de salva, de luna, de cayos bonitos, de arena del sol. Tierra que brinda la paz y consuelo que anhela un alma feliz. Yo ando de siempre por ahí en busca de libertad, sin rumbo hasta llegar a la orilla de este mar.
Stronger together, rising forever. We're 50 years on the road, so can about please don't let me go. Stronger together, rising forever. Masquerading in the streets, spreading love through. Look how far we come, and we're still going strong. Jamming all night and day to put costume on display. King and queen coming to life, feel the energy, catch a vibe. Leave a stress all behind, it's time to celebrate. We're stronger together, rising forever. We're 50 years on the road, so can about please don't let me go. Stronger together, rising forever. Everyone in unity. Time for sign, come make we form a line. Everyone raving up, we party until sun up. Pour the drinks in makeup, sexy woman start walking up. Mass band mashing up, the scene is our anniversary. Wind it up and I wind it up, back it up and I backing up, petting up behind the truck. Whoa, rock it down and I rock it down, free it up and I free it up. Jumping up, waving up, mash it up. We're stronger together, rising forever. We're 50 years on the road to Carnival, please don't let me go. Stronger together, rising forever. Masquerading in the streets, spreading love. leaders, thank you for all you done. We honor your legacy, a milestone of history. You lay the foundation for the future generations. 50 years anniversary, let us celebrate. We're stronger together, rising forever. We're 50 years on the road, so can have our peace, don't let me go. Stronger together, rising forever. Everyone in unity, winding up to the soca beat. Stronger together, rising forever. We're 50 years on the road, so can have our peace, don't let me go. Stronger together, rising forever. Everyone in unity, winding up to the soca beat. This is Ernestine, and I would like to wish my beautiful nation, Belize, a happy Independence Day, Belize! Stronger together, rising forever. We're 50 years on the road, so can have our peace, don't let me go. Stronger together, rising forever. Everyone in unity, winding up to the soca beat. Thank you.
Another round of applause, please, for Alex Evans, the UB Choir. Ladies and gentlemen, the photos that we're sharing with you now, you notice we've progressed in time, so they're color photos now. These are actually taken 44 years ago, September 21st, 1981. And these images show our people right here in this very square 44 years ago. These photos remind us of really why we're here, why we're all here, why we do what we do. Even more than just celebrating Belize today, we're reminded that we're here to serve the people of Belize. It's my pleasure this morning, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome to the stage next our Prime Minister, the Honorable John Briceño, who shows us every day how easy it is. He makes it look easy to serve with a smile. Good morning, PM. Good afternoon, PM.
Good afternoon, and I have some good news for you. I will be mercifully short, and I want to thank the Leader of the Opposition for her aspirations that she has for Belize. It's an aspiration that all of us have. And I'll make just one observation, that she had 13 years to make some of these aspirations become real. But unfortunately, she failed back then. But I hope that together, now, we can make this aspiration become real for our Belizean people. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to join my fellow Belizeans in celebrating Independence Day in this very special place. In many ways, this is hallowed ground, the birthplace of our nationalist movement. In the 70s, this was the place where we celebrated our National Day. From this very spot, the father of our nation, George Price, assured our parents and grandparents that we deserve to determine our own destiny, that together we were strong enough to chart our own future. From here, he acclaimed that we had come a long way from the cutting of logwood, and that it is now time for nationhood. From the start of the People's United Party 75 years ago, George Price had a singular purpose to achieve for his and future generations: independence. And from this space, then known as Battlefield Park, he proclaimed in the late 60s that we were independence bound. Clear in his vision, he started a movement which became a revolution, the peaceful, constructive Belizean Revolution. For us in the People's United Party, it was and always will be about nation building. Now, 8 days from our 75th anniversary, we can look back at the many national achievements by our great party together with the Belizean people. From successfully obtaining universal adult suffrage in 1954 to self-government in 1964. From the internalization of Belize's right to self-determination in international fora to the birth of our nation on the 21st September, we celebrate the realization of all that is special about Belize. Our mixed economic system, a constitution rooted in the fundamental rights and freedom of every Belizean. We believe in the supremacy of God and committed to protect our beautiful land. For sure, this journey started long before September 1981. Indeed, we're all here because of the courage of our founders, the Maya, Creole, Garifuna, East Indian, Mestizo, and all who are sustained by the spirit and sacrifice of every generation. Together we build and continue to build upon a young yet proud legacy of social, economic, and environmental justice. The work is far from complete. Nation building is never complete. The legacy of one generation is the foundation upon which the next generation must build. In these ever-changing times, the one constant must be meaningful development. Therefore, we adjust and retrofit to changing realities on the march forward. How beautiful it is that on this day, thousands of our citizens will join with friends and loved ones at parades and parties across this country to rejoice in the blessings of this land and people. Belizeans of all backgrounds will unite in celebrating the optimism and expectation that as one people we will work to build a better and brighter future. Yes, we are blessed with nature's abundant gifts. Yes, we are blessed by our diversity and the desire to live together in harmony, fully aware that our rich tapestry is what makes us truly special and truly Belizean. Yes, we are blessed to live among neighbors who, like us, desire to live in peace. So we must do all we can to protect these gifts for which we are endowed. Holding fast to the noble principles upon which this nation was built, we must look forward tomorrow with the same love for social justice, liberty, national happiness, the increase of industry, sobriety, and useful knowledge. Compatriotas beliceños, desde este mismo lugar, el padre de nuestra nación, George Price, aseguró a nuestro pueblo, a nuestros padres y abuelos, que merecíamos determinar nuestro propio destino, que juntos éramos lo suficiente fuertes para forjar nuestro propio futuro. Sin duda, este viaje comenzó mucho antes de septiembre del 1981. De hecho, todos estamos aquí gracias a la valentía de nuestros fundadores, los mayas, criollos, garífunas, indígenas orientales, mestizos y todos aquellos que se sustentaron con el espíritu y el sacrificio de cada generación. Juntos construimos y seguimos construyendo un legado joven, pero orgulloso de justicia social, economía y ambiental. And so, on this 44th anniversary of independence, we celebrate our national achievements. We rededicate ourselves to the peaceful, constructive Belizean revolution. And with the guidance of our Creator, we look to a brighter future, stronger together, rising forever. To Belizeans at home and abroad, I say, long live Belize, que viva Belize, happy Independence Day to all.
That was the presentation from the Prime Minister of Belize, Honorable John Briceño.
Our special 44th
So, first go
anniversary
that
independence ceremony.
English portion of the speech from the Prime Minister lasted about just over 6 minutes, and he's already said what he said today in the State of the Nation address. I think that jab at the very beginning toward the leader of the opposition, this was her first speech on Independence Day as leader of the opposition, and I think it was unfair because she has not been Prime Minister of Belize, and so she served under Honorable Dean Barrow as Prime Minister, I think from 2013 forward up until 2020, and so as a minister, as a matter of fact, I believe she served as Minister of State, not full minister, and so that wasn't a fair assessment of what she could have, or the direction where she could have taken the nation. Of course, it's one cabinet, and they all, decide together on matters that are going to move the nation forward in its development. But I think we're coming to the end of our ceremony here, which is made possible thanks to our official broadcast sponsors, Benny's Home Center, Oceana in Belize.
Yeah, I think we should grab a quick break and then come back. So, Larry, just stay abreast of what's happening. Break and be back.
It's September celebration time, and time again to paint up the place and more with the help of Brothers Habet and Habet. Enjoy incredible discounts on our wide selection of vibrant colors from the brands you know and love, like 15% off Berger, Penta, and domestic paints, 25% off Berger, Penta, and domestic select shelf and discontinued colors, and up to 50% off clearance paints, and lots more in clearance. We have more savings on favorites like Rhodoplast vats and products, Eureka vats, Hansgrohe faucets and shower valves, all things Moen, mirrors, Sunlight windows and doors, Piso Forte tiles, and Track batteries. Come in, call or WhatsApp us today for these great deals. Celebrate this September with color and pride. Brothers Habet and Habet wishes you all a happy and safe September celebrations.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Done here about how you could shop online with Builders Hardware.
It's easy and convenient. Plus, you get special deals and discounts online where you not get in at the store. Just log on to shopbuildersbz.com and pay with your Visa, MasterCard, debit or credit card. You could choose to pick up your order from the Smart Locanet at Builders or Easy could deliver for you. If that was a big thing, the Builders truck could deliver for you. If you need more information about anything, you could start chat right here online with a salesperson. We're ready to help you. No need to burn gas and waste time in a traffic, but at shopbuildersbz.com.
Experience comfortable and reliable bus travel to and fro from Punta Gorda to Belize City daily with James Bus Line. We offer convenient routes and experienced drivers, spacious seating, and onboard entertainment. James Bus Line, the people's choice, taking you home since 1978. Quick Homes Company Limited. With over 30 years of experience, Quick Homes Company Limited specializes in making people's dream of owning a new home a reality. We assist you with all relevant information and documentation to apply for financing from the banks. If approved, we help with choosing the best home for you and your family. We offer designing assistance, land development, and construction of homes from start to finish. Choosing Quick Homes Company Limited should be an easy and sound decision. We help our clients to qualify for quality and quick homes. In 2 months, you can be enjoying your dream home with your loved ones. Quick Homes Company Limited. Qualify today to get your quick and quality homes.
Belize Medical Associates is now equipped with the only advanced MRI machine in the country. The machine uses a powerful magnetic field, radio waves, and a computer to produce detailed pictures of the body's internal structures that are clearer, more detailed, and more likely to identify and accurately characterize diseases than other imaging methods. It is used to evaluate the body for a variety of conditions, particularly of the brain and spinal cord, but can be used for other conditions such as tumors and diseases of the liver, heart, and bowel. It may also be used to monitor an unborn child in the womb. MRI is non-invasive and does not use ionizing radiation. This means that you no longer have to travel abroad. You now have access to the most advanced imaging equipment in a professional setting that is designed for your ease and comfort. BMA remains committed to providing outstanding patient care, combining excellence in clinical imaging with state-of-the-art technology. To learn more about the MRI machine, or to schedule an appointment, call 223-0303 today. Belize Medical Associates. We do care.
Come to Banquet, find your way. Engines roar at the break of day. Volvo outboard surf the waves. Castrol oil is what they crave. Live with power, feel the sound. Heavy machines shake the ground. Riding Honda, feeling proud. Rev it up and shout aloud. Feel the wind against your skin. Smell so wide, let's begin. At Banquet, where dreams ignite. Gear up and let's take flight. Kohler's power runs our towns. JCB lifts heavy pounds. Find the tools to build your dreams. Banquet's got the best machines. Grip the wheel and never slip. Feel the rush, it's time to trip. Every brand you know and love. Banquet fits you like a glove. Feel the wind against your skin. Smell so wide, let's begin. At Banquet, where dreams ignite. Gear up and let's take flight.
Banquet. Equipment, parts, service. We represent quality.
As we celebrate 44 years of independence for our beloved Belize, stronger together, rising forever, we come now to the end of our ceremony, and we will now see the departure of the Governor General, Dame Froila Salam, and retired Captain Daniel Mendez. We now have the departure of the Prime Minister, Honorable John Briceño, and Mrs. Rosanna Briceño, Special Envoy.
You know, it's better to not have an event like that in the rain so that everyone can get to enjoy, the vendors can make their money, everyone can benefit and have a good time. But we want to thank, as we conclude, our official broadcast sponsors, Benny's Home Center, Oceana in Belize.
Now the departure of the Chief Justice, Honorable Madam Justice Louise Blenman.
Everyone else.
This brings September to a close.
Our part broadcast sponsors are Brothers Habet, Freetown Drug Store, Enrique Martinez and Sons, Builders Hardware, the Social Security Board, CG United, and the Belize Medical Associates Frisco.
So let me ask you, since August 1st, what has been your take on everything leading up to this point? Has it been a good September celebrations? Medium? Not to expectations?
No, but are you talking about...
Just in general.
About all the festivities and so?
Yes.
Frisco, you put me in a
I know.
position. You would know better. Actually, that's my question. I'm asking you.
That is right.
Because I don't cover a lot of the events. This is actually the only one I cover in the September calendar. but I think people have had fun.
Yeah.
That is how I'm.
No, it was.
too.
No, I think it was.
That's how I'm.
I think it was pretty good this year. Everything was well executed since August the 1st.
There's one thing I need to put out there for the benefit of everyone that I have not done, and I've not looked into it actually. I think the people from the National Institute of Culture and History may have alluded to it already in terms of the works that the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts requires, but I know that some people have complained about the level. I don't know if I want to call it disrepair, Frisco, but people who have had to perform there have discussed that it is no state of our theater, and I would dare call it our national theater. That's the biggest one that we have, and the one where the majority of our cultural events and the more significant events take place, right? So, but it's something that we need to follow, because I know that from what I recall, they fixed an AC issue. I'm not certain, and I know that there are other works that need to take place, but yeah, people are concerned about the state of that center.
Maintaining an upkeep of our places of celebration might need as well as some of our government institutions need a little bit of dressing up.
That was a plug though, Frisco. It's Google birthday. We need to celebrate.
Oh yeah, of course.
Everybody is making their way away from the ceremony now. So we thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure, Frisco, and thanks to our technician in studio, Larry Guerrero. Thanks for tuning in. On behalf of DJ Frisco, I am Marisol Amaya, and we're going to take it back. Tony,
and our technical personnel.
Yes. What is that? No, man.
All right, guys.
Tony G. He is the one who made it possible for us to reach you in your living rooms, your cell phones, wherever you listen to us from. Yeah.
Happy Independence Day, Belize.